And then the last thing is that with respect to tax credits, I want to be very clear. The Republicans want a zero operating deficit, and somehow they convinced the governor. I knew the governor was going to make $200 million worth of blue pencil cuts. I knew that. And I knew all the stuff that was important to us was going to be protected. At least that's the commitment I had from the governor. But over and above that, another $500 million worth of cuts, which is more than what, incidentally, this tax package would have cost the state. Given that that's where given that the Republicans in the Senate got that commitment out of the governor for another $500 million, that's now off the table. As far as I'm concerned, it's not only off the table today, it's not only off the table on the 20th of August, it's off the table for the entire legislative session, and it's off the table for the entire time that I am here. Moreover, any discussions about bonds and additional borrowing for the purposes of building or investing in any type of project, whether it be water or otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, is off the table also. Until the Republicans in the Senate get their act together and start thinking about what's in the best interest of California and stop thinking about what's in their own individual self-interest, then I think this state is going to have to deal with the realities that we've been confronted with. So that's where I am. I wanted to just sort of lay that out, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Are you saying, this morning Senator Prada said basically when they get back on August 20th, I'm assuming there's no budget by then, that there's going to have to be no action on anything until we get the budget. Now, what's your approach? I mean, you mentioned some bond-related issues. I mean, what about other topics?
Well, look, one thing you know about me, and I have nothing but respect for Senator Prada. He obviously is a good leader and strong leader for the Senate, and I wish him well in having to fight to garner the support necessary to pass a budget, and whatever he needs to employ with respect to pressure points or tactics in order to get there, I get that, and I respect that. However, I want to be very clear. As far as the Assembly is concerned, when we reconvene on the 20th of August, we're going to hit the ground running. We're going to go back to normal. Everything will function just as it always has. Committees will continue to have hearings on bills. Bills will move through the process. So I'm not going to punish good Democratic policy at the expense of renegade Republicans that are holding up the budget. And I don't think that's fair, nor do I think that that's consistent with good governance. So we're going to keep doing what we need to do here in the Assembly. We're going to move legislation, and we're going to take up all those bills and policy issues that moved over from the Senate that are going to be in our House. We're not going to
healthcare all range, but just the bonds are just going to be, any discussion of bonds are going to be set aside.
Yeah, I'm not going to have I refuse to have a discussion on any type of bonds from this point forward.
Mr. Speaker, the issue of CEQA and the global warming stuff, apparently they got pretty close at some point last week on language of some sort, and then couldn't close it. And from what we understand, there's been some further discussions around that. And are you saying right now that you wouldn't participate in that, or what would be your feeling of those discussions?
I'm not going to have any discussions on that. That's exactly right. I was very clear in what I said. Absolutely. I got a call, I think, from Senator Ackerman about a week and a half ago or so. He left me a message. He wanted to talk to me about some of the issues that he'd been discussing with Senator Prada. But I try to stay away from the business of the Senate, and do stay away from the business of the Senate. I figure the Senate is an independent house from the Assembly. I run this house, not the Senate, and I try not to get involved. So no disrespect to any conversations that the Senate might be having about any issues under the sun. They should. More power to them. The more engagement between Senator Prada and Senator Ackerman, I think the better for this whole process. But I'll be very, very honest with you. I'm not going to engage in conversations about any CEQA reforms. It's just not going to happen. It's off the table. It's totally off the table.
Mr. Speaker, may I understand the bond? Are you talking about no discussions on new bond proposals that are floating around? I used Cogdale's measure. Or are you also including existing legislation, i.e. Mr. Parada's $900 million bill, that doesn't affect, doesn't require a new bond but spends existing bond money? Are you talking about both, just no water, no money for any water projects?
Well, I'm talking about new bonds.
New bonds.
Absolutely, new bonds.